Welcome to the last micro lecture of this session now. Now we're talking about the St. Gallen Business Model Navigator. What are we doing now? I will tell you about the key findings of the St. Gallen Business Model Navigator, which is a piece of research done by the St. Gallen University. I will tell you a little bit about the 55 business model patterns, and I will give you some example for existing business models. That's what we're gonna do. So what are the learning goals? You should understand the different archetypes of business models. You should know some examples of successful business models, and you should be able to create powerful business models on your own. Well, what was the Business Model Navigator doing? St. Gallen researchers looked at a lot of businesses and tried to find out whether they could find patterns that are similar in all these businesses. And what they found out is really stunning. They found out that 90% of all the businesses they were looking at you can describe with only 55 business model patterns, which is a very important message because it tells us that you don't have to invent business models or business model patterns, but they are all there. So it's not about being unique in creating business models, but it's in being unique, combining business model patterns. So this is a very, very important fact because we see many people inventing business models like they are inventing products, and the St. Gallen researchers told us you don't have to do this. So what were they doing? On the one hand, they were creating a model which is looking similar like the one I showed you at the business model basics, and then they were describing the business model patterns each, and a very, very important thing for me, something I really do appreciate, is they found out which companies were successful with those business model patterns and described them. So let me give you some examples what you will find there. You will find the razor and blade model. The razor and blade model was invented by Gillette. So they decided to give the customer something valuable at a very low price, which is the shaving stick, and the blades, which are needed for the everyday shaving of the customers, they are only fitting to that stick. So what they did is, when they first sold this stick, they locked in the customer in the Gillette system, and they had to buy the not very cheap Gillette blades too. So this is a model which can be transformed to many other business ideas too. Think about if it might be fitting to your business model too. Another model which is very important now as the internet is growing is the freemium model. So the idea is giving the customers something for free first and making them try the service and then letting them pay for it. An example for it is Spotify. You all know Spotify, and you all can use Spotify for free. So you can listen to music, to whatever music you want, because there is all music available in the world on Spotify, and you can make playlists. But if you want to listen to the playlists in the way you want to, so no breaks with advertisements, and put them in a row like you want to, Spotify only lets you if you pay the premium fee. And that's what the freemium model says. So win customers for free and then let them pay for the premium services. A third and last example is the do-it-yourself model. You all know Ischia, and they had the idea of cutting out one step of the value chain and letting it do the customers. So they produced a furnishing which was put together by its customers. And so they became the biggest furnishing producer worldwide. And this is a very, very nice model because with the internet and internet business models, you can use this idea for your business too, because you can let people things themselves, offer cheaper services than others, and people are more satisfied with these services too. So it's do-it-yourself is not only fitting to furnishing; it's fitting to all kinds of new business. So, as I said before, there are 55 business model patterns, and what the St. Gallen people did is they made pattern cards out of it, and you can use these pattern cards very well to create your own business model. What you should do is take the cards, try to find out which cards fit best to your business model and put those on a pile. And then you take only 2 or 3 of them and be creative by creating your business model with those pattern cards. And I promise you, you will find new aspects, you will find new ideas you would never have thought of without using these cards. And if you want to, you can use the business model canvas where you can draw different canvases with different ideas, and then you can find out which one is the best. So, what are the learnings of these sessions? Don't invent business models, but create them, and try to learn as much as you can from others, and be creative by mixing existing patterns. This was the last of my 5 micro lectures. I'm very glad that you were having me, and I hope you were enjoying it, and to see you probably somewhere out there.